All right, I want to say Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. A double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teaches truth and rule well. Salutations to you, Aki, and pushing this word with truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth. Shalom. I'm your Ak Gabar Karash. I'm going to another lesson. Abaratazah be edifying. Stumbled across this article. It says a shocking list of 10 companies that profited from slave trade, man. And this is you already knew these things to be true because Babylon, basically the whole world profit off of slavery, in that time, man, because you had slaves that were shipped through all four corners of the earth, where basically wherever we went, we basically built that land anywhere we went. From really in every captivity, damn near every captivity, we built up the land. All right, and if you read this article, it says your black world. It says it is no secret that slavery rests at the foundation of American capitalism and is often synonymous with the sugar, tobacco, and or cotton plantation that fueled the southern economy. Right, just how you see you got slaves in this picture of picking cotton, man. They show you in movies like Amistad, Roots, 12 Years a Slave, any slave movie. They basically show Jake working in the cotton fields, man. You got to have the southern and the northern kingdom in the cotton fields because they had Gad in the cotton fields as well, man. All right. It says, what many may not know is that slavery also rests at the foundation of many notable corporations from New York Life to Bank of America, several companies having benefited from slavery. Many of the companies even acknowledge their involvement in slavery or offered apologies in an attempt to reconcile their tainted history, but is an apology enough? No, because apologies are not enough, man. Reparations won't do either, man. The scriptures speak about a recompense, meaning we're going to put you people and subject you under to the same conditions that you did to our people, man, because it was bad, man. I mean, ain't no amount of money could pay for what our ancestors have went through, man. Getting beat, ripped apart, babies used as alligator bait, being hung from trees, you cut open, your babies cut out, your teeth pulled out, having to eat all the kind of abominable foods, you know, just having to work in the fields until you drop dead, man, just all kind of stuff, man. Working with blisters on your feet. One of you see it in slave movies, like, cause I think it was Django, where he had basically Django woman, man, Broomhilda. They had her in a hot box, man. You know how irritating that could be, man. A box is probably about no more than a foot off the ground. Probably a foot off the ground, man. Just enough for you to get in there to lay down, man, and out in the sun in that metal where it's basically cooking you, man. That hey, we went through some stuff in captivity, so no reparations will be able to pay for that, man. Though Jake would beg to differ because our people are completely docile and sleep, and they, money appeases them. All right, they already that's their master, man. That's who Jake served is Mammon. All right, it says keep reading. It says history has constantly shown that slavery has diminished the equality of life for African Americans, simultaneously enhanced the quality of life for white Americans, right? Because we all know that you white people are privileged, man, because this country was basically built up off the backs of slaves, man. Those slaves that was brought to this land in captivity. Basically, we built everything up, man. We're the reason that this economy is afloat. Slaves was actually the first thing that was on a auction block, to be sold on the stock markets, man. All right, was slaves. And you keep reading, it says from institutionalized racism to block social economic opportunities, African Americans are often excluded of African Americans. It says apologies cannot compensate an entire race of people for all the social and economic ills they face as a result of their enslavement, man. Right? Because Jake is still messed up over slavery, man. You know, we're still messed up, man, as a people behind slavery, man. You know, it says they cannot address the uh, residual efforts of slavery, effects of slavery. They cannot provide job opportunities to a race of people who are experiencing high unemployment rates. Apologies without action from the very system they have helped to create, man. Right? You know, basically, because this place treats Jake like shit, and Jake basically built this place up, man. And this place, you know, what are they doing? They constantly shooting us down in the street, man, throwing us in the jails cells, man. It's still slavery today, you know, because Esau, he's mind fucked our people, man. The scriptures speak about he'd take the yoke of iron off our neck once he destroyed us mentally. And our people are destroyed mentally. They don't know who they are. They all lost. They kill each other for looking at somebody looking at them wrong and stepping on their shoe. Then what? You have us overpopulating the jails, and you end up getting cheap labor out of our people, man. You know, just like they showed you in that movie Life with Martin and Eddie, where they basically spend 40 years in jail, wrongfully accused. And a cop that put him in jail, he said, at least the state of Mississippi got 40 years of cheap labor out the deal, you know, because that's the reality for you Edomites, man. That's why you're going to go into captivity, and you're not going to be able to pay your way out of this, man. Your riches is not going to be able to save you out of this. Giving Jake reparations is not going to, repay the things that we suffered as a nation. But keep reading. It says, had it not been for slave labor, many corporations would not be where they are today. And for these companies to acknowledge their involvement in slavery and then simply say, "Oh, I'm sorry," right? Because you're not going to be able to just say, "I'm sorry for this," man. You touched the apple of the Most High. You know, the things Esau has done to our people, that perpetual hatred that he had for Jake. You're not going to just be able to say, "Oh, I'm sorry." You know, like Edomites want to say. You have a lot of Edomites that's waking up that know that they're Israelites. Salakia, that know that they're Edomites. They want to make videos and say, "I'm sorry." Ask for the birthright back because they know Esau had the birthright at first, but he sold it because it was meant for him to do it anyway because it's according to election. And Jacob got the birthright, meaning we're going to inherit the blessings, the kingdom, everything else that come along with it, spiritual power, peace, all these things that come along with it. But right now, we're going to go through something. The scriptures speak about going through the suffering much tribulation before we enter into the kingdom, man. Meaning we're on punishment right now. We're going to have to earn a right to go through the kingdom. We got to go through hell first, all right? And Babylon being here in captivity, with you Edomites ruling over us, is hell, all right? Keep reading. It says, it's to downplay their role in perpetuating the degradation are nothing more than a futile attempt to correct a wrong by pacifying the wronged. Instead of apologies, these companies could get back to the African American community by donating to HBCUs, investing in minority businesses, offering more minority scholarships. All right, so man, these things, man, really not gonna help our people, because by investing into these black businesses and these black schools, we got a curses on us anyway, man. These things all fail because we still have to go to Esau at the end of the day to even set up these things. So that's just a slap in the face right then and there, because this money goes right back to Esau, because Jake get money uh, and give it right back to Esau. Because like around holidays and all this, when new Jordans come out, our people spend the most money on these type of holidays and these materialistic things, and Esau end up benefiting from them anyway. So that's just like all these stuff is like a slap in the face. The only real payback we could get from these companies that's still benefiting off of slave labor is to put them in captivity, like the scriptures say, man. That's the only real, because once we take them out of the way and we in rulership, that we gonna have that money anyway. Why take the money now when this devil stills in rulership, man? We want him to be subject unto us. We want him as our slaves. All right, we want that. We want payback. All right, and it's gonna just name a few companies. It says these companies included. It says New York Life, Tiffany and Co. In am I pronouncing this right? It says Intina, Brooks Brothers, Norfolk Southern Railroad, Bank of America, and we know all you elites, man, own these railroad companies and these different banks. You Rothschilds, man, you banking families, you elites, you own this stuff, man. U.S. Today, all right. So it's just you go down here as a long list and you read them. With like for instance, let's read this. It says J.P. Morgan Chase reported that between 1831 and 1865, two of its predecessors' banks, Citizens Banking, Canal Bank in Louisiana, accepted approximately 13,000 slaves as a loan collateral and seized approximately 1,250 slaves when plantation owner defaulted on a loan. So that's how a lot of these companies got started back in the day, man. They just basically, selling slaves, man. Trading slaves, buying slaves. Some people even rented slaves out, because I was reading one of these where it was speaking about they even rented some slaves out, man. It was on was it the railroad? It was one of them I was reading, man, where basically said something about renting. Yup, it says let's read this one. It's Norfolk Southern Railroad. It says two companies, Mobile and Gyrating, the central of Georgia, became part of Norfolk Southern Mobile. All right, it says slave owners 180 to 180 to rent their slaves to the railroad for a year. All right, so that's how the railroad was built, man. You didn't have any slaves, man. Just rent them, man. For you rent these slaves and you built these things up, and all these companies are prospering, making a lot of money right now, man. So where does that the scriptures have to say about that, man? Basically, it's part of the curses, and Esau know these things, man. All right, this is Deuteronomy 28:33 says, "The fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always, so that thou should be mad for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see," man. Right? Because if you got spiritual eyes, you can see our people are completely destroyed, man. We're crushed, from these curses. We're still suffering from the effects of these curses still today. Right? I'm just kind of skimming through some of these curses. This is Deuteronomy 28:39. It says, "Thou shalt plant vineyards and dress them, but shall neither drink of the wine, nor gather the grapes, for the worms shall eat them up." All right, so we planted a lot of sugar cane fields, man, picked cotton, tobacco fields. Man, we did it all, man, from tilling the ground, planting food, man. We did it all, man. All right, Esau had Jake in the field doing all these different things, man. All right, it says let's jump to 43. It says, The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Right, because these devils are strangers, man, and they basically are aliens, because all these things, the earth is made for Jake's sake, man. This earth was made for our sake, and it tells you that. Matter of fact, I'll come back down. Let's jump up to I believe it's 2081. It says, and it should come to pass, if thou hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all these commandments which I command thee this day, the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth, and all these blessings shall overtake thee, shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh thy power. And it basically says, trying to read down where it says, where it says, for the abundance of all things. It might be in 15. Let's see. It's there, man. You just got to read through the curses, man. I'm probably overlooking it right now. But I'll jump back to 43. Go lay down. Jump back to 43. It says, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Right, because Esau's the head right now, man, and we are the tail, because that's why the scriptures say, behold, I see servants upon horses, man. Princes walking the earth, man, roughly paraphrasing, because Esau's a servant, you know. And no. Let's finish reading. Man, these kids, man, Jake, I swear, man, Jake, hardhead. All right, this is Zechariah 11:4. It says, thus saith the Lord, my power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. All right, because this is Esau. You got it right now, man. This is you in rulership right now. The scriptures say the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. You slayed us in slavery. You still shooting us down and gunning us down in the street. You're attacking us every which way. Pestilence, diseases, vaccinations, viruses. This all geared to by DNA, where it affects us more. All these different things you're doing to us. GMO in the food, man. They got, every man walking around with a beer belly. Women hormones is raging at the age of 9. She's looking like a fully grown woman. And all these things, man. Our people dying from pestilence, all these different plagues, diabetes, cancer, all these things, man, Esau is attacking us with. All right, hold himself not guilty. It says, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord Yahweh, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. And so, hey, man, these people, they sell us to this day, and they still say, hey, man, we're rich, because they're still benefiting off of that slave labor, all right, that our ancestors initially built up, this land, man. They still benefiting off of these things, man. That's why it's gonna be a recompense for this. It's gonna be a judgment for things that they did to our people, and we're gonna read it. All right, this is Exodus 21:16. It says, and he that stealeth a man and selleth him, which we was stole, we rounded up on the west coast of Africa, because we fled out of our land in 70 AD, and they eventually caught up with us, man, and captured us, and brought us over here to from all the way from Spain all to the Americas, to the four corners of the earth, man. It says, and he that selleth a man, that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. So that's going to be the judgment for Esau. You're going to surely be put to death, man. Not, nothing the Lord got to think about. You're surely going to be put to death, man. This is Revelations 13:10. Said, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints, man. Meaning, this is what we're patiently waiting for. We're not looking for reparations, no type of money to buy. We don't care how much money. We're going to get that back anyway. The scriptures speak about our gates being open continually so the Gentiles can bring substance to us, man. All the silver and the gold that they took, man, all that gold that King David had, all them different silver and different stones and jewelry and all these this treasure, they gonna bring it to us because these devils are God. It's ours anyway. All right. So with that, I'm gonna close out. I will this lesson being edifying. Until the next time, shalom.